Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Our topic today is about the Pali Canon, what the Buddhists must know. In Vietnamese, we say tam tạng là những gì Phật tử cần biết. Now come to the definitions of the Pali Canon. The Pali Canon here is the primary source of Theravada Buddhism, because only Theravada Buddhism can use the Pali Roman text to remain and protect all the elders' teachings in this Pali Canon. For Mahayana Buddhism, they don't have the Pali Canon, but they have Mahayana journals. And the Pali Canon come from a Pali word, Tipitaka. Ti means three. In Sanskrit language, we call Tri, also means three, and Pitaka. Pitaka means the baskets of the teachings of the Buddha. So we have the full word Tipitaka. It means that the three baskets of the teachings of the Buddha. For the classifications of the Pali Canon, as some of our Buddhists throughout the world know that in the Pali Canon we have three baskets. The first basket is Vinaya Pitaka. It means the basket that knows all the monastic rule and the Buddhist rule. For example, the 5 precepts for the laity Buddhist, and the 10 precepts for the novice, and 227 rule is for the bhikkhus or for the Buddhist monk. The purpose of the baskets of monastic rules is to protect all kinds of unwholesome deeds by word or by verbal and the body. And the second basket we call Sutanta Pitaka, or we can call in English as the baskets of sermon. It describes about the Buddha past life. It describes about the life or the story and the work of the Buddha, and describe about the case studies of his followers, like stories of Sri Buddha, Maha Moggallana, older Buddha followers who got fulfilled in the Dharma practice. And in Theravada Buddhism, we can choose to follow any of these teachings, and its purpose is to encourage us to conduct the wholesome deeds or the good things by the different stories of the Buddha and his followers. For the number 3, the third basket. For the third basket, we call Abhidhamma Pitaka. It means the Buddhist philosophy and psychologies. In some Buddhist texts, they translate as the Buddhist higher science. It purports to cultivate our pure minds. It's very useful for our meditation practice. The contents in the Abhidhamma Pitaka mostly are focused on the ultimate truth, and we go through the main point like the mind, mental, the factors, the body, and nibbana. We call Chitta, Cittasika, Rupa, and Nibbana. Our are Buddhists. Now we know totally we have 3 baskets of the teachings of the Buddhas. If we call in kantas, we have totally 84,000 kantas. But because of time limits, because of these programs, I have only 30 minutes to talk about. So I would like to summarize it into main points. As the Pali saying, Sappapassa akaranang Kosalaso pasampatha Sachitta pariyo tapanang. It means that not to do the bad things, to do the good one, and to purify our own mind. Those are the teachings of all Buddha. Now come to our explanation. As the Buddha's traditional teachings, when all the Buddhas got enlightenment in this world, now we are on the age of the Buddha Gautama. They all, I mean all the Buddhas, they all take these 3 points for the first, Sappapassa akaranang, meaning not to do the bad thing. It regarding to moralities, it regarding to the beautiful teachings at the beginning. Mostly all the content and concept is was put into the baskets of Vinaya. I think you got it. And for Kosalaso pasampatha, it means to do the good thing is regard to samadhi, is regard to the beautiful teaching in the middle. And all those contents and concepts was put into Suttanta Pitaka. And the last point that we try to summarize is Sachitta pariyo tapanang etang puttasasanang. It means to purify one's mind, this regard to Abhidhamma Pitaka is regard to Panya is regard to wisdom, and is concept. It's like philosophy. It is Buddhist philosophy and psychology, and all the concept and the teaching was put into Abhidhamma Pitaka, and is considered as the beautiful teachings in the end. Here we know that the teachings of the Buddhas, especially our Gautama Buddha or our Sakya Muni Buddhas, always bring us the beautiful teaching in the beginning, the middle, and the end. If we wish to say in detail, all the Buddhists can understand that the way to end all kinds of suffering is located, is contained in this Tipitaka, the three baskets of the teachings of the Buddha. Or we can say that one who follows a Buddhism, it means that you are follow the morality, the concentration, wisdom, and you follow to the reduced way of Lopa, Tosa, and Moha. By all the way, you can understand that when you come to practice in Buddhism, or you become a devotees Buddhist, mean that you have your own duties to conduct the morality, to follow the concentration, and to develop your wisdom. And also you have the duty to reduce your desires, reduce your hatred, and reduce your delusion. As you know, desires, hatred, delusion are the kinds of mental factors, are the kinds of akosala cetasika. Your mind do functions as just knowing. So when your mind deluged by desires, mental factors, other people call you a desire person, right? The same, if your mind deluged by hiatus, other people call you a hiatus person. And also the same, if your mind deluded by delusions or by moha in Bali, other people consider you as a deluded person, means that you don't know what is already happening and happening in this world. You know nothing, but this means that you have. It doesn't mean that you have empty mind. It really means that you full of avijja. And now come to the conclusion. To conclusion, the three baskets of the teaching of the Buddha, we just call in short word the Pali Canon. And I think that all the Buddhists throughout the world must know it. For the original term, we also can call Tipitaka in Pali. And the Pali language, it doesn't have its own script. All the Buddhists throughout the world may understand that the Pali language doesn't have its own script. For the Buddhist countries, they learn and know Pali language based on their different national official language. For example, Thai, Bali Thai, they have Thai script. Cambodia, they have Cambodian script. For the international Bali usage, we have Pali Roman text. Yeah, so you can choose whatever suitable for you. And when you come to read Pali or the Pali Canon, you can find and read at the Pali Canon in the Pali Roman text. It has totally 51 volume, For the Cambodian Tipitaka, they have totally 110 volumes. Thai, they have 50 volumes. And for Vietnam, we also have some Tipitaka which already is complete in Vietnamese version. Yeah, please find and read it. And it is the most important thing to maintain and practice the elders' teachings of the Buddhas. And if we would like to understand well in the Pali Canon contents, we can try to read any topics or any teaching regarding to the law of karma, the Four Noble Truths, the three characteristics of existence, the 12 dependent assistants, accordingly first. For Pali verse, we can start from karma, the contents or the detailed contents of karma, Chatura Arya Satya, Trilakhana, Paticca Samuppada, and so on. So I hope you got at least the ideas of the Pali Canons and understand that why all the Buddhists throughout the world must know the Pali Canon. Hope you enjoy it, and hope that it will be useful for your monastic life and the ways of practice in daily life. Namo Buddhaya.